The most important thing is that you need to look after yourself. You will be of no use to anyone else, including your family members, if you don't have strategies to withstand the psychological assault we're all under. Here are 5 strategies that you can use to develop resilience and peace of mind through current events as they unfold. 1. We must completely shift our thinking. We cannot afford to feel like we are being victimized, that we are powerless. Instead, we need to grasp fully that we awake people are the free ones. We are the ones who haven't been assimilated into the technocratic hive mind. Let's get away from the idea that freedom comes from carrying around a vaccine passport. That passport actually enslaves people. We're not the ones who have to show it. We're not the ones who have to obey arbitrary rules and worry about what our overlords demand. We need fully to embrace the idea that we are on the right side of history, that we will not compromise with an evil agenda, and we will not bow to malevolent people. We do not have to feel apologetic for our convictions. Instead, we should feel extremely proud.
But if you pay very close attention to what you say, you can feel yourself coming into alignment if you get the words right. And then when you're in alignment like that, you're centered in your being. And the thing about being centered in your being is that if you're centered in your being, you can withstand suffering without becoming corrupted. And that's what people want when people say they want a meaningful life. That's what they mean. They mean, I want to be somewhere where I can stand powerfully and withstand the onslaught of life with its deaths and its tragedies and all of the things that are associated with it. And you can learn to speak from the bottom of your soul. And if you do that, there's nothing better than that.
2. We must withdraw our consent from their system. Every action we take either supports and legitimizes their regime or refuses to recognize it. The powers that be need our consent in order to run their system. We can simply choose to withdraw our participation in it. We need to quit voting. Let's not legitimize a corrupt political system by participating in it. Let's quit buying the products of monopolistic corporations. Let's think very carefully about every decision we make. Although this will not change the world much on the outside, it will make a big difference to our sense of well-being and dignity to make a principled stand on everything we do.
The symbol of our status is embodied in this pass, which we must carry at all times. The first step towards changing our status is to eliminate this difference between us.
Now? Those passes are government property, and I will arrest the first man who tries to burn one. Take him away. Stop.
With our psychological freedom from the system comes responsibility. We need to create parallel structures in society. For example, my wife sings in a choir. The government has decreed that such groups can't get together and sing. I have suggested then that she start her own choir, inviting only like-minded people to sing together in someone's basement or garage. There's nothing the authorities can do about private, parallel groups in society where normal life can continue. Private groups drain the authorities of their power. For example, one could get together with friends and start a gym in a private garage. One could start a private supper club, where couples take turns cooking gourmet meals in each other's homes. One could cooperate with other families with children and start a private education pod. The possibilities are endless.
Feel ineffectual in your local civic group? Create a different one. Feel dissatisfied with your local media outlet? Form a parallel one. Feel excluded from the prevailing culture? Found a new one. whether it's information networks, education, foreign interactions, or even microeconomies.
The school districts to tell us what we were going to do. I just felt like we were going to be frustrated all year.
Putting their heads together, 9 families decided to put their kids together. A neighbor, a retired principal, turned his home into a schoolhouse.
I feel, really good that it's a smaller group and that we will be able to stay open and functioning.
Maybe my favorite part about it is that I feel like I have a little bit of control.
4. We need to make new awake friends and let old friendships with asleep people die a natural death. We don't have to cut people off, but in reality, we probably never had much in common with the majority of people anyway. This new state of society highlights how important it is to have nourishing friendships with like-minded people with whom you can be your authentic self. I have found that since I declared that I don't believe in the official COVID narrative, I have met a lot of high-quality people that I would never have found before.
When you undertake this kind of journey, you will lose relationships. A friend is somebody that is committed to you becoming wiser, and you are committed to them becoming wiser. And that's a different thing entirely.
You lose friends. Well, you're going to lose the friends who don't want the best for you. Those the friends you want in 10 years? I mean, you lose friends. Well, maybe you gain new friends. Maybe you gain better friends. It's okay morally to choose people that are trying to help you be better and to shy away from people who are going to drag you down. So you're not morally obliged to go down with someone else's ship. Now you think that's pretty harsh and pretty rude. You can't abandon a friend in need. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it is appropriate for you to look at your social surround and to make decisions. If you have a person who's hurting you and who won't quit and who's pulling you down, it's like, that is not necessary. You are not obligated to do that. You go with people that are trying to elevate you.
5. We need to orient ourselves more toward nature and outside activities. The world is as beautiful as it has always been, and we can use it as a backdrop to socialize and recreate. The state can do very little about this. Being outside in nature allows us to unplug from their system and create a different and more uplifting reality for ourselves.